a pressure washer. It's a Landa. Apparently the motor doesn't start, of course. Tire, of course, is off, but it looks like it's pretty decent otherwise. No idea about the pump. I do know that it doesn't look like it's bad. I mean, it looks pretty decent. Nothing on here is frozen. All that seems to be working. Yeah, working. There is no handle, however, to take care of that. The gas in there smells absolutely horrid. And there is oil, and it's at the right level, but just very, very old. Carburetor, just from the outside, looks gooey. So I think the order of things we're going to do here is, it's a Briggs & Stratton, so we're going to take off the front cover. I do have the cover for it and the air filter for it. I'm going to get this off, get access to the carb. We might have to take this off, I forget, because this is the choke lever. I don't know how it connects. We'll have to figure that out. And then we'll drain the fuel. It looks like there's some type of on-off right there. So it's interesting. It's a very interesting fuel line too. Doesn't feel bad. It seems to be working. And we'll get it running. We'll plug it into water. I have a hose, but I don't know if it's the right one. At least the one that came with it. And it's a pretty high pressure one, or high volume, so I don't know if I have a hose, if that's not the right one to test it, so we'll have to see what we have to do about that. Okay, let me go ahead and get this started. I will be right back. Okay, so 7/16. Wow. No. Okay. It's not a 3/8. It's a 10mm. Odd. Okay. Pick that up later. Naturally, there are two different ones. This has definitely been worked on before. I mean, the exhaust has like 3 different types of bolts in it. This one is different too. I have a bad feeling about this one. Luckily, it's not mine. Yep, it's one of those. Okay. So we have to take off this. Okay, so what do we have to do? Looks like there's 3 bolts in there. A generator with this exact same measurement, and to say that it has caused some aggravations is an understatement. It's very difficult to get it running. I don't really understand why. It's just that the governor on there was just totally jacked up. What are we stuck on? This handle. So we can at least get this off, hopefully. That's the choke mechanism. The throttle looks like that's not even tight. Let's see, that says closed like that. generally not a fan of this type of motor. It could have been so much better, but for whatever reason, nope. Ooh, it's already leaking. Okay, fast. There we go. There we are. Okay, well, we have this off. This can't be the gasket. There's nothing else there. It's just leaking fuel everywhere. I'll just put that in the cup. Other than that, that looks pretty decent. Where's the plug? Oh, right there. Okay. Ah, there's a screw missing too. Okay, I'll go ahead and bring it over to the carb station and we'll take it apart. Okay, so, it's still leaking. That's what came out of there. So, not good. Let's take the bowl nut off. That also wasn't very tight. Definitely varnished. There's just crud all over it. It's black. That's obvious. We can go in the cleaner. What could possibly be black that's all over? Let's take a wire. What is that stuff? It's like there's plastic in there. Okay, well, let's take it off. That one. Let's see here. A little gooey. We'll put that in the cleaning bowl. It's a rubber tipped needle, also with that black stuff all over it. I generally don't like to put the needles in the cleaner though. And this is needing to be in the cleaner. What is this stuff? Yeah, I'm not going to put it in there, but it's a little plunger. Okay. Next, I'm going to take a screwdriver. So this is the type that has a jet on the side. You just tell from the discoloration the type of fuel that was in there. I think this has been used and abused. I don't think it's going in all the way. Let's try this one. So much gunk in there, I can't even get the screwdriver. Oh man, there's so much trash. What is going on? It's like if it had a plastic tank, I'd start to think if it started to disintegrate. Ugh. Oh yeah, that is completely plugged through. Nothing going through that. This is a scary one. Oh, I think I got it. Or maybe not. This is the one you don't want to ruin getting out because it's brass. You know what? I'm just going to leave it in there for the time being because I want to. This is going to take a couple of cleanings. Well, a couple times through the cleaner. Hopefully the cleaner can help take off whatever this black stuff is. Even that's plugged with the same black stuff. Is there anything? Oh, here we go. We have one or half, one, a little over one. It's the only thing that's clean. Okay, oh man, even there is disgusting. Okay, I'm going to put this in the cleaner, oh man, probably for like a good 20 minutes, and we'll try to take that out again. I'll be right back. Okay, so it never ceases to amaze me what that cleaner can do. It looks a lot better already. But, let's see if we have to put it back in. I think this has been stripped out before. Yeah. That's not good. Maybe if we take a smaller one. No. Let's see here. What size would be the best for that? That's not horrible. But is there a better one? I have no idea what these are, but I found them on the internet randomly, and they're actually very good for taking out jets like this because they're pretty thick, they're narrow, they don't have like the little slopes on the end. Slopes can get you on these things. Oh, I think we got it. Yes, we do. That's good. Oh yeah, that's nasty in there. Okay, I'm going to put this back in the cleaner for about 5 minutes, put this in there, blow that off, get it all together, bring you guys back when it's done. Okay, so here we are. Cleaned, blown out, should be good to go. This is the emulsion tube. It was clean. Put that in. Unlike some of the other Briggs and Strattons, there is no jetting on this one. The jetting is actually in that little tiny jet on the side. But there's these little holes that are drilled in there, and if you don't have those clear, it won't run properly. There we are. And if you look right here, there's a little tiny hole. That is for the idle. So you want to blow that out too when you're cleaning it. Next we're going to put in is the little tiny jet. Blow it out real quick. That's nice and clean. Looks nice. There's no more black sludge on it. While this was running, I took the gas out. The gas was definitely old, but there's nothing black on it, so I have no idea what that was. My only guess is it was someone's poor attempt to maybe seal it, and it just didn't work out very well. I don't know. This one is the idle jet. This is actually important. I blew through it, but I want to make sure that I can actually poke something in there. Oh yeah, there's already something pretty nasty in there. So definitely keep that in mind. The unfortunate part is with this one, you can't really see in there because the holes aren't drilled all the way through to the other side. Pretty sure that's good now. I mean, it's a pressure washer, so it's not like it's going to be idling. But the times that it will need to, I suppose. I mean, there is a throttle on there. Maybe there is a time when they would be idling. But in reality, if you are not using your pump, you should just turn it off. Even 20 for like 10, 15 seconds. It's really hard on your pump to not have it running. Half, one, let's just say 1 1/4. Can never be too bad for extra a little bit. Okay, put that down. This is nice and clean. I'm going to spend a little bit of time here kind of investigating this needle. I didn't put it in the cleaner because I don't really like to do that with rubber tipped needles. But it's not horrible. It's just a lot of stuff on there, at least it was. Put that on the little tab. Put that inside the hole. There we go. Now, put the pin. Some pins have squared off sections like this one. This side's round, this side is not. A round side goes in first. The other one, the squared off sections are kind of used to press in to make it a little harder to fall out. So just some gentle love taps. We'll get it in there. Let's give it a try. Okay, perfect. You blow in there. When it's like this, nothing happens. You lift it up, it does. Perfect. Now what? We have the bowl, which is, I don't know what this is, but let's wipe that off. Take a towel. I mean, some of it stains and it won't come off no matter what you do, but, well, I guess you could take a wire bristle brush and go in there, but you kind of run the risk of causing you more harm than good. Let's clean the bottom of the bowl too. Has that black stuff all over it. Well, so far so good. There we go. Okay, so it doesn't look like we have any more parts. That's in there, that's in there. Everything should be good. I blew out all those little passages. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put it back on. And we'll I don't know if I want to start the wheel or not. Yeah, I might as well. I'll start the wheel next, and I'll go ahead and bring you guys back for that. Okay, so I don't think it's anything that I haven't said before, but I despise working on tires. Despise it. This one's been especially annoying already. Just moving it. At least it's not very dirty on the inside. So I think with any luck, I might be able to get this put on. Because I undid the set screw. And still nothing. It's seized on the shaft, naturally. I mean, what else would you expect? The bead itself doesn't look horrible. So we're just going to see if we can't put that right back on there. So, somewhere in this goodie bag, I have a very small ratcheting clamp. Okay. After every single car in the world decides to pass, what this is basically trying to do is squish the tire down so it kind of fits on the bead a little easier. It works sometimes. How's it in the back? It's not horrible in the back. Next. I will be amazed if this works. Next we're going to do a shot of air directly in. Let's do a straight shot. It's on there well enough. Naturally, when I'm trying to see, you can't see. Tires so much. Let's see. We just need to pull out a little bit more. sometimes just add a little WD in there. Kind of helps it. We'll clean off the excess, of course, but it helps kind of clean it. Let's clean the bead on that tire. Do the same thing on this side. Attempt number 2. A little bit more here. This ratcheting strap. There we go. Sounds like someone doesn't know that they should mow their lawn and choke. And their lawnmower isn't a brush eater. Try our best to kind of center this. Let's try an actual air fill. Let's see if that. No. Oh, I think we got something. I think we got some magic. There we are. Well, that made that job a lot easier. Now, whether or not it'll stay that way, we're going to find out now. Let's take this out. This is just soap and water. What we're looking for is like little bubbles. Nothing on this side at least. Can't really tell too much on that one. I'll have to go over here and have a look. No, looks pretty good. Okay, so clean it off a little bit. I'm going to put on this little cover. Probably to zoom you out a little bit more. You know what, I'm just going to put it on the same way as it came off. I just want to put it on before I get this taken care of. So, what is next? Oh, yes. So, the side of this has a port for the water. And the person that gave me this to fix gave me a hose that does not seem like it's the right one, because there's nothing to attach to the actual port. I don't think I have another one though. That's also a kind of problem. So I'm going to have to take a quick look. So I'm going to go ahead and look for some supplies and I will be right back. Okay, so in the middle of cleaning up, put the set screw back on. It's a 5/32 screw. I wanted to explain what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this out. I'm going to connect the hose. I'm going to run it without the other hose. I'm just going to have a garden hose connected to it. I'm going to clean it out because this was pretty rusty. I don't want the rust to possibly clog the end of the nozzles. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Put it back down, take you outside. I'm going to put some fuel in it. In fact, let's just try that now. To get it to work, I had to change the quick connect. It's from a male to a female, and hopefully it doesn't just start leaking out the carburetor. That'd be sad. We don't need that much to test it. 5 gallons, guys. Not light. So far, so good. I think it's off. Turn this bad boy on. Finish putting away all the tools. Oh, something else I found odd. This was in the intake behind the carburetor. It's like fiberglass. Oh, there's a whole lot of it too. So it's worrisome. Why would anyone put fiberglass in there? It's just one of those extra steps just that I just don't understand. Okay, so far we're looking pretty good. No leaking. Okay. Well, let's go ahead, take you outside. Like I said, I'm going to be putting straight water through it, and maybe with the probably the hose on to clean out the hose too, but the wand off. The wand probably has nastiness in it too, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to flush giant chunks of nasty into the nozzle. Of course, could just take the nozzle off. I'll probably just do that. I'll probably just take the nozzle off. That's probably a better idea. Okay, meet you outside. Kind of something I wanted to show. This is what came out. This is the tip. And it's pretty nasty. There's no saving this. Okay, I'm going to put a normal tip on and flush it out. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got everything done. I'm going to reconnect it. I have a tip right here. Go ahead and get it filled up and I'll see if it works. Okay, well, there you have it. Runs pretty good. I ran it a little bit before to kind of clean it off to see how well, but it's leaking at the connection from the garden hose. That could very well just be because I'm using it quick connect. I didn't put it on very tight. Other than that, the wand, there's something broken in the mechanism itself. It won't completely turn off, but wands are cheap. I'm going to go ahead and tell the owner it's ready. I'm going to change the oil, and everything else should be pretty good to go on it. Yeah, it runs pretty good. I don't have the greatest water pressure, so it's not necessarily probably doing its full potential. I only had a 3/4 throttle just to kind of compensate for it too. But definitely like, subscribe, keep watching, and I'll see everyone later. Bye.